All right, Jet fans, it is Monday, April the 20th, 420, if you know what I'm saying. And if you partake in such things, hey, congratulations. But it's 420 day, it's Monday, and we got a news day out of the NFL for the New York Jets and everybody else. We're inching toward the draft, and teams are also reporting, according to this very strange, CBA that the NFLPA put together and agreed to with the NFL. The NFLPA, the worst union of players in the entire world of sports. But anyway, they have this weird CBA where you show up for one day, do a few workouts, say hello, and then go home. What kind of crap is that? So anyway, the players reported today, everybody looking smiley. Except one person, Breece Hall. So Breece didn't show up. Not a problem, because after all, he hasn't signed a contract yet, so he's not even under contract. He has not signed his franchise tag as he continues to work on a long-term deal with the Jets, which will be, a story after the draft is over with. Most people expect that to get done, so it's not a problem, but Breece was not there. I did notice Geno Smith was the first one in the building today. And so we've been noticing that Geno, speaking of Breece Hall, has been working out this offseason with Breece Hall and with Braylon Allen. They've been working out together down here in Florida. And so that's good to see old Geno working with some of the young bucks. But I do think that Geno Smith is going to have a big chip on his shoulder to prove everybody wrong, to prove that he's more like the Seattle Geno rather than the Las Vegas Geno, and that's good news. I also did notice via Instagram and reported on this FSPN breaking news, Irvin the Wolf Charles is still a member of your New York Jets indeed. So he had a weird contract situation, which I was not sure how, wasn't sure how it worked out because he missed the entire year last year, and he's supposed to be, and I think, a restricted rights free agent. But anyway, it was not clear if the Jets had actually still retained his rights for this year. But yes, the Wolf is back. And so what does that mean? Well, we have another wide receiver on our roster. Now, he's not going to play a big role on offense, probably. But what he is going to do, perhaps, is help out Chris Banjo's special teams unit even more. I mean, how much better can that unit get? Well, if you put the Wolf back on that unit, then it's going to get even better. And so, but it does give us some extra wide receiver depth. So for whatever that does for us. But it was kind of weird. None of the beat reporters reported on Irvin Charles still being on the team. Only FSPN reporting on the things that matter for you, the New York Jet fans. So, in other related news about the Jets from other teams and draft things that sort of affect the Jets, wide receiver target Zachariah Branch was arrested, so quote unquote, by the Athens, Georgia Police Department. But if you read the report, it seems like very minor stuff, misdemeanors. So it should not affect his draft stock at all. So that's somebody, if anything, if he drops a little bit, that's to our benefit, actually. Maybe we could get him with the 44th pick, whereas otherwise you could not do that. But I really doubt it really affects anything. Also around the NFL, Jimmy Garoppolo is considering retirement. But we also got a report that Matthew Stafford is working on a contract extension with the Los Angeles Rams. And so how does that have anything to do with anything? Well, if Jimmy G retired and Stafford was thinking about retiring for sure after this year, then the Rams would be in the running for somebody like a Ty Simpson. But if Stafford's going to extend and keep playing, even if Jimmy G retires, then you figure they'll just keep signing veteran backups. No need probably to invest in somebody like a Ty Simpson. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's been no Aaron Rodgers news whatsoever, but If he's retiring, why is he talking to Mike McCarthy all this time? McCarthy said he talks to him all the time. He texts constantly with the man. So it seems to me that Aaron Rodgers just wants to avoid the BS OTA stuff, which he's never liked doing. But he's probably told the team, yes, I'm coming back, yes. But we won't announce it till after the draft. And this helps them a couple of ways. One, it keeps everybody guessing as to what they might do. Are they going to take a quarterback? Not take a quarterback? And, because if he signed now, they would probably be out of the running for Ty Simpson as well. But my suspicion is they probably are out of the running for Ty Simpson. They probably are going to have Aaron Rodgers. But also this allows Will Howard to kind of get some reps in the early going. And also Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to deal with all these weird OTA days like I was talking about with the CBA. It's really strange. You have a 1 day here and 2 days there. Just start it when you started. I mean, I don't understand all this come in for a day, come in for 3 days, come in for a day and a half. What is this? They got to fix that in the next CBA, I would think. But of course, Rodgers doesn't want to deal with all that. He'll probably come in, he'll probably make an announcement in May. Hey, I'm coming back. But the Steelers already knew that, and he'll show up on June 1st, and everything will be good. That's my suspicion. We'll see if that works out. Now, they also said that Broderick Jones, the offensive tackle, had a setback in his recovery from a serious neck injury. And so that would and now his season might be in jeopardy, perhaps, or at least some of it. So that makes offensive line more of a priority for them in the draft as well. So maybe, again, they're out of the Ty Simpson sweepstakes now. There's also an additional report, a lot going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers, that Alex Highsmith or Nick Herbig could be on the trading block. How does that affect the Jets, Frankie? Well, they're both extreme fits for the Jets. Why? Because we're moving to a 3-4 system, and we have Carl Dunbar here, their former coach, who they both love. And so both from a schematic standpoint and from a Carl Dunbar standpoint, and if you missed it, it's on my Substack. I have a whole article about Carl Dunbar you may want to read, Frankie from Flatbush.substack.com. That's the Frankie column. You got to read these columns from Dick Chimney and Zach Rosenbaum. How about reading a column from old Frankie? Huh? Well, we got one. It's over at Substack, so check it out. But that's why they'd be a fit. Now, I don't know what they're looking for in terms of a trade, but boy, oh boy, if you could get either one of those, Alex Highsmith or Nick Herbig, ooh, baby. Yeah. We take it. So that's it as far as the Steelers are concerned. What about these Indianapolis Colts? Well, cornerback Kenny Moore might be released because they don't want him no more, and he doesn't want to play there no more. Looking for a trade. I would not trade for him. But if he does get released and he doesn't have anywhere else to go, we could pick him up for cheap. He's a nice slot corner. He's a little old, but, if he's just looking for a nice landing spot, play a year or two more and then retire, something like that, hey, we'd take him. He's a good player. You don't want to pay a lot for him, but for $2 million, $2.5 million with some incentives, hey, that could be a guy on our roster. Now, from out of the New England Patriots, we got this news that it seems very likely that a post-June 1 trade will happen for A.J. Brown. And if you noticed what the Philadelphia Eagles are doing, they've compiled a whole bunch of other wide receivers on the roster. So it seems likely that Brown is indeed going to be reunited, and it feels so good with Mike Vrabel, the man who was dicking down dirty Diana Rossini all these years, and now he will get his old wide receiver named A.J. Brown, downtown, always open, A.J. 1K Brown. Now, what does that have to do with the Jets? Well, number one, now we're going to have to cover that mother trucker, but other than that, Jordan Big Latte Schultz, he's the son of the Starbucks magnate. He has more money than God. Jordan Schultz does in form of a trust. I'm sure he's a Nepo baby, trust fund baby, whatever you want to call him, born with a golden spoon in his mouth. Nonetheless, he's somehow an NFL insider also. But he reported Kayshon Boutte, the booty man, could be on the trading block. Oh, But I wonder if a Jets trade makes sense. Now, the Jets, just because we have retained Irvin Charles, that doesn't really move the needle as far as our wide receiver situation. So, but Kayshon Boutte, oh yes, sir, he has been pretty good. And so, as a wide receiver 3 or 4, yeah, I'd like to look into that. Now, I don't know what they're looking for, what the price would be, but. And would they want to make a trade in division? Well, the Dolphins weren't afraid to do it when we picked up Minka. So maybe a little Kayshon Boutte action. We make a little booty call up to New England and see if they want to part with with KB. Maybe they want to get rid of KB, and could be. But the thing about it is, they probably look at it and go, well, it's the Jets. I mean, if they give us a good price that we like in terms of a trade, they're not scared of the Jets. They're thinking, we got Mike Vrabel. This man knows how to dick down the reporters to get the reports out that he wants, number one. And number two, we got Drake, the schedule May, as our quarterback. Hey, what do we care about the Jets? I mean, if you're talking about the Bills or something like that, all right. But the Jets, they don't feel threatened by the Jets. Oh, no, Kayshon Boutte might get 57 yards in a loss. Who cares? So they might be thinking that way. We're not scared to trade with the Jets. So maybe we can make a booty call and get, maybe it's not as good of an idea for the team that's famous for the butt fumble to get a man named Kayshon Boutte. But nonetheless, you might want to, because he's actually pretty good. So I think that's all the news that's fit to print as far as today is concerned in terms of the Jets. Here's some breaking news as of 5 minutes ago. TCU wide receiver Eric McAllister, slated to be a day 3 selection, suffered a broken foot, while doing position drills at his pro day. Sources say the Jones fracture may cause him to slip a bit, though he should be ready with plenty of time for the season. Well, so says you. I don't know. We'd have to get the doctor's opinion. But that's a guy, hey, if it causes him not to be drafted and you can pick him up as a UDFA, that'd be a nice one. He's a big, tall, thin receiver out of Texas Christian University. So, but no, everything else, the other thing is that when is Moochie going to talk to the press? I think it's an NFL rule that these guys have to talk to the press before the draft, because all the other teams, general managers, and sometimes the head coach has done so. But Moochie has not, and we're running out of days here. Only got 2 days left. It'll probably be tomorrow, I guess. I think it's a rule. You have to do it. So now, maybe it means he's working on something big, really big. I don't know. But it's been awfully quiet out of One Jets Drive. Even all these reports about who they're going to draft and everything else, you notice there's not a lot of people saying they're getting their information from the Jets. They're getting it sourced otherwise, teams that have talked to Jets, agents, other players, this and that. But the Jets ain't really talking as far as I could tell. So, with that being the case, maybe Moochie is working on something big. I don't know, but there's only a few days left of the draft. So let me know what you think about all this giant news dump on a Monday. And join the Inner Circle if you want extra stuff. $2 a month, and you get tons of good stuff. Ask anybody who's in the Inner Circle already. They'll tell you, oh yeah, that is worth the $2 a month. Fuck yeah. So click the join button down below. If you don't want to do that, how about subscribing to the channel? That doesn't cost you anything, doesn't sign you up for anything, doesn't even ask for your email, but it helps support the channel so that I don't have to be sitting here reading live ad copy for PrizePicks.com. Let me tell you guys about the Prize Picks. You want to gamble away all the money you've earned? Let me tell you about Prize Picks. You don't want me doing that. So subscribe to the channel. Join the Inner Circle. $2 a month. Very simple. Click the buttons down below. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.